line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wraps. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wraps to get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wraps, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I searched high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
This season could not be brought to you without the help and the very importance of our sponsors and colleagues that have worked with us before. Thank you so much for your support. And tonight, enjoy the show as Season 7 kicks off. And Season 7 kicks off in a big way, race fans. Welcome to the iRacing Superspeedway, and welcome to the iRacing Superspeedway 40, presented in part by Next Level Racing. It is a stacked lineup of drivers here today, coming to you live here today to watch the drivers go at it here and put on a fight, put on a battle, looking for top supremacy, top performance at the biggest and the baddest tracks of them all. They are all here and set to go for tonight's action here on PTM Racing TV. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader, Christian Shar, joining you guys here today as we're getting locked and loaded right now for our drivers lineup here and for the field at hand. We've got a murderer's row of field participants and drivers that are looking to get the top spot, the top honors, but in order to do so, they first must have to fight the biggest and baddest track in iRacing. The Superspeedway has now set sailed. It's time to get down to business. But first, it's time to take a look at our grading order here today, presented in part by FEGPC.net. Here is your starting lineup for tonight's action. Cindy Taylor is your number 1 seed in the 07. She are outside. She'll be Dustin Sonaker in the number 50. In row number 2, Tyler Warwick will be in the number 8. Outside, David Colton in the 99. Row number 3 is going to be Kevin Menepace in the number 42 is outside. Jason Henry in the number 3. Row number 4 is Cody McRae in the 20 is outside. That 33, Stephen Henning. Row 5 sees Mike Wright out in the 76 outside. The 84, Matthew Hoffert. At row number 6 is going to be Daniel Moynihan in the 77s outside. Nicholas Tong in the 55. Row number 7, that's going to be piloted by Kevin Baker in the 87, is outside. The 21, Robert Kahn. At row number 8, Corey Reed. The 27 is outside. The 5, Chantel Pottle. And row 9, our final stars today, Ryan Brennan. In the 15 is outside, Joker Joe Nettleman, the number 14. Race fans, here we go. Field is in motion. Field is ready to go. The action's about to get hot. It's about to get heavy up in here. And you know as well as anything, when it gets to that point, it's a fever pitch. And these drivers know it all too well. The gridding is set. The drivers are ready. 18 have come locked and loaded. It's time to see who will take them on and how it will handle today. We'll also bring in some drivers as we go along, but let's start off here with the 5, Chantel Powell. Chantel, as you're getting ready for tonight's action here and the first time ever at the iRacing Superspeedway, what's kind of going through the mind, the process, having to take on the biggest and the baddest track of them all today?
A little nervous, especially with some of the new drivers, high speed, so I guess let's see. I'm just going to stare in the back and ride it out until the last laps and see what we can do.
Well, it's a 4A lap, big main event coming up here, so best of luck to you and your crew as you get ready for it.
Thanks.
Chantel Bottle, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready for the action at hand. Another driver ready to get to the action at hand and looking for his first win in quite some time. It's the 84, Matthew Hoffert on the call. Hoffert, it's the toughest and the highest banked ends you've seen literally just by you going around the track. What's it feel like up there?
Well, it's something else, man. It's some high banking, and you really got to counter steer if you're going slow. But when you're doing about 220 miles an hour, you really got to hang on to this bad boy.
Got to hang on to it and really bring it all down and hope for the best. Well, we'll see if we can talk with you a little later on, but nevertheless, Hoffert, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Matthew Hoffert, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready for the action. So is Chantel Throttle Bottle. The iRacing Superspeedway, 40% in part by Next Level Racing, is about to set sail and commit down on the track. We're ready to go to race in action here on the start here today. Race fans, share this one on around. Show some love to the boys and the girls. We are ready to go. The field is set. The field is in motion. And it's time to rip them off here down on the green flag start. Green flag high in the air. Let's get down to business. Ryan Brennan already going down the very bottom of the track here. Not really sure. There's a mechanical failure down there for number 15 out of the gate, but he'll have to back off and kind of get himself set up for a little bit of a later run. Field working their way down across the back straightaway here, and it's all gain, all position. 10 laps before we enter the stage break. The power these beasts have and the power of these 550 horsepower packages certainly would not seem like it. They are literally almost on superchargers, because the turbos in them will send them rocking and sideways all over the place here, and it's already getting to that point. Trouble down there as number 33, Stephen Henning, comes to a dead stop here in turn number 2. Or 4, excuse me. Our first caution of the day here results in number 33. Big little malfunction there on his end. Can't quite tell if that was a little tag he got there or what happened exactly, but we're going to take a look at the PTM Instant Replay. Tonight's replay is presented in part by our good friends over at Lightning Wraps. Most affordable designs made your leisure. Lightning Wraps looks to bring out the best designs in your library. And right now, unfortunately, that library of the 33 of Stephen Henning may not have been put up so well. Little tap there. Looks like Nettleman got hit into the 33, so the 14 giving a little love tap there. Taking a look at it from another angle here, and the only reason I know for sure that is the 14 is because there's no way I could not tell the Joker scheme on that machine. Take a look at it from a couple angles here, but you can see as they enter into that turn, this was kind of what they were looking at. And as they jump into the turn itself, came down, you can see, whoa, a lot of malfunction on that end there. That definitely looked like a bit of a mess down there, unfortunately. Everybody trying to slow down, trying to come to a stop, and frankly, I couldn't even tell you what happened from there. That was a bit wild, to say the least. The 87, I couldn't really get a good grasp on that one. I think he may have just had a bad break there or something going wrong in the truck. Well, Jess Ruckerberg saying, good luck, Cody. You got this. Thanks for supporting Matt tonight. Yep, for those at home that don't know, the number 28 here, Cody McRae. He's piloting up a very special scheme today. He has got the number 28 designed up on that machine. Producer, give me a camera angle down there, would you please? Here we go. Here's a camera angle. Look at that thing. It is the Mad Mothers Against Truck Driving number 28 Beast. That is the ride he is going to pilot up for tonight. He said that it really meant a lot to him to really give some love out there to the mothers and the folks out there that unfortunately have gone through these harsh times, these harsh conditions. Never wants that to be anybody's problem or anyone's scenario ever again. So he wanted to bring that to the attention and wanted to make sure that was very special in his mind. So our field right now currently going to get squared away here once again. We're just going to see these drivers kind of pace around, get some heat underneath the tires, of course. Again, it's the first race of the season. A lot of new guys, a lot of new drivers coming on board. Again, a lot of them just trying to get used to the show. And I'll tell you right now, there are not many might not want to go too far up there, but that's a danger zone if you ask me. Trying to run up there, you can see those stiff You see those stiff bankings though off the corners, man. This is a track that has absolutely no mercy to its name. That banking, you see, is the highest, without question, of all time here. It is a paperclip style configuration with, you would think that should not work on a 3-mile-long track like this. Yet it does. And the outside walls, man, those steep bankings, you can go 5, 6 wide here if you really wanted to, but really, what I always pinpoint down to is most drivers will try to run the bottom, but down in that bottom lane, there is a little thing that we usually see down in Dover that pretty much kind of exemplifies it all, which is that little uphill dash up that you kind of get thrown onto. When you're going over speeds of 205, 220, 230 miles per hour, when you hit that, if you really think for 1 second you're not going to feel that, oh, believe me, you feel every bit of it. It does not feel good at all. Pacing around right now, still drivers getting squared up here, trying to get a feel for the truck, get a feel for themselves and everyone around them. And yeah, like I said, man, earlier on, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a bit crazy out of the gate. Some guys are gonna be put into a really weird spot. Some guys are gonna be put into an angle that they don't really want to be thrown into. Field bringing their way around the track once again here. We're ready to get back down the action, get back down to business here as they bring them back off to the green flag restart zone. We're back underway. I can't begin to imagine if anybody even dare try to make it a track like this ever in our lifetime. This would be absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I know the Mazda Oval exists, but I mean, it's not as long and it's not as big on the steep and bankings as this track is. So we've seen the Mazda Oval here before on PTM Racing TV, and it's a very dangerous little track to run around on, but it sure is fun to watch when you can get the right kind of drivers on it. Field marching their way around the track here, trying to get some openings or two in. Right now, you see Joker Joe Nettleman trying to move the chains up here. He currently has 8 spots up, started back in dead last, now trying to make his way up in the top half. Robert Kahn, problems down there in the 21. He's going to go into pit road all of a sudden. Struggles down there for him and his crew. Looks like he's having some major malfunctions in something going. So the reigning defending champion off to a bit of a bad start, if you will, compared to what we're normally used to seeing him as. Down across the turns, legs down to turn number 2 here through this high speed section. Everyone looks like they're either separating out and trying to stay away from trouble. They want to just kind of relax up a little bit. I'm not going to be calling out too much that 3 wide, 4 wide scenario because honestly, this track you're just going to get so used to it, so you might as well just get used to seeing it. It's a handful. Oh, and it's even bigger handful when something like that happens. Huge tag up on the top side. Cody McRae in the 28 got clipped. I can't tell quite who got him there, but it looked like it might have been the 15 of Ryan Brennan. Hard to tell from that angle, but whoever it was, boy, he got a good hit out of it. But good driving by McRae to back off the throttle, save the truck, and get back under the footing there. Gotta keep her head in the game, and keep her foot on that gas pedal. He certainly did that and then some. Drivers are not on a time limit tonight, but we do have one more broadcast in the works for you guys tonight. The Dash for Cash series is back out once again. We'll see them live and in action here soon enough. They'll start at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central Time. 1 hour of hard, closed corner, 50-lap racing main event action coming your way. Onboard cameras here right now as we kind of kick things up a little bit. I'd say it's time to turn the volume off and start putting the pedal straight down to that metal. Let's listen in to the drivers. Well, the pedal certainly was brought straight down in the middle there, race fans. And right now, these guys, the gals, still out of pitch of speed here. 3 wide, saloon entering. Oh, no, 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 no. Hoffer. Looks like Cody McRae. Excuse me, got into the number 14, Joker Joe Nuttleman. And Nuttleman gets clipped off of turn 3, and the 14 suffering major damage there. We'll be able to get to pit road, but that will end our stage. But that's definitely not the way Nuttleman wanted that to end out. Yikes, that's a huge hit there. Let's take a look at the replay. It might have been Hofford. I thought it was Cody McRae. No, that's definitely Hofford, alright. Well, that's going to be Matthew Hofford that gets a piece of that 14 there, unfortunately. And it looked like things got a little bit hectic there, unfortunately, coming into that corner. We'll take one more look at it from another angle here as he entered off there. I don't know. That's a little tricky to call because it looked like kind of a bit of a netcode scenario there, but I don't know. I think we're gonna have to kind of just let the judges decide that one. They're saying it's gonna be an end of the line for Hofford entering into the next stage, so that will definitely set him back a little bit. That will set the guys back down a little bit here into the field. So field right now will have to come out of pit road with Corey Reed, Joe Nuttleman, and Sidney Taylor, your top 3. Matthew Hoffer will come out. He'll have to go to the back of the pack, though. Kevin Menepace and Nicholas Tong taking that one over from him. But race fans, when we come back, we have only just got the show on the road. The new season has begun, and the madness has just started. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's race here for the iRacing Superspeedway is also brought to you in part by our good friends over at Next Level Racing. Take racing to the next level. By the Butt Kicker Company, best informants for feeling on real tracks of the virtual world. The Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. By Hubka Realtor, looking for that perfect place to call home? Call up Chris Hubka and Hubka Real Estate Group to get yourself settled in today. Website link down below in the description. By FEGPC.net, matching your want with your wallet. They will always work the best PC to build at the right price. And by Lightning Wraps, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wraps will always bring out the best designs in your library. When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wraps. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wraps to get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wraps, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back to the show, race fans, here live here at iRacing Superspeedway here in Concord, Massachusetts. Right now, we are getting set to go back for the action here as Cody McRae will be the man behind the folks here. He's supposed to be behind the leaders here. I don't know how he got ahead of everybody here. But Sidney Taylor and Kevin Menapace is right now your race leader. That is the for sure call. Robert Kahn a lap down here. Quite a few, which is pretty surprising to say the least here, considering he was your reigning defending champion entering into this race today. Not sure what all has gone wrong or what all went down there for him and his crew here, but he's definitely got some setback here in his field and his driving position. Good to hear from all the fans coming on board his way today here. Bradley Collier saying go Kevin go. Just Ruckerberg came in earlier. Christopher Amato saying go Kevin. Bradley Collier saying go Kevin go again. And Ann Thompson believing that it was netcoded with Hoffert. I would not put it past you, but the officials have made the call on that one, so they'll let it keep going. Back to the action, we hit him up. And trouble down there for Cindy Taylor. The net looks like her net code might be a little bit overwrapped. She's got some problems down there, and yellow flag will fly on out. They do not want to go yet. They know Cody McRae is not on the leader position. He is supposed to be on the back end of this one. They're going to have to refire. And a huge net code down there for Cindy Taylor right now as well. She's currently dealing with some glitch graphic gremlins bugging her up and kind of coming at her. She's so bad we can't even see her right now, to be honest with you. Well, I guess while we figure out what they'll do, how they'll set everything back up, they're going to have to get Cody McRae to stop and give him back position here. That will put everyone back in their place here, and we'll just be coming right back to you here when the time comes.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey. I search high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
You need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles. There's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wraps. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wraps to get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wraps, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Welcome back, race fans. Sorry for the delay and all the commercials there, but thankfully we are now finally set back into action, finally set to go here after a little trouble down there. iRacing giving us the old Witchcraft and Gremlin rundown. Cody McRae was not to be on the lead, not to be ahead of the leaders as he was, so they put him back in his right spot here. Chantel Pottle also having to get put back in his spot with David Colton and Mike Rideout, Tyler Orrick and them as well. They were not in their correct positions. Nicholas Tong and Kevin Menepace are both now in their position, so every driver is now fixed in and ready to go here. Cam Nicholson saying, go David, a little love down there for that number 99 here. David Colton, a newcomer to the series, newcomer to the show as well here. Good to see some new fresh blood, some new fresh meat down there, trying to get some hard racing in. And trying to put up a show and put on a number out here on the track. We'll have about 25 laps remaining here, which now means this is pretty much going to start turning into a bit of a paced-out race, where drivers are going to have to start timing and perfecting each run and each level of this track and of this race series. Things can get pretty dicey here, though. They know they got to be careful about that, so they're going to watch every runoff, watch every little position at speed. Onto the corner ends here. They're going to get all taken care of here now, ready to fire them on down. Down across the front straightaway here, awaiting our flagman's command. The cue is up. Green flag is out. It's time to get back to racing here, boys. And get back to racing we do indeed. Off the start, Nicholas Tong and Menepace getting a little bit dicey down there, entering into the turn. Both drivers hot on the nose, hot on the charge. Both guys at it here right out of the gate. Every single driver for themselves here. 3, 4 wide, nearly 5 wide, entering off the back straightaway here. No surprises here. Matthew Hopper trying to stay out of trouble, though, and keep himself in a good harm's way after his little hiccup he had earlier there with Joe Nuttleman. And again, a lot of drivers are trying to aim towards that bottom for the most speed, the most run, but really, in my opinion, if you simply just drive it in the middle, have a little bit of help, a little bit of workaround, that will help you down there more often than not. I'm surprised a lot of guys are trying to go so quick to that bottom, but they keep forgetting that apron shoots at you so quickly. You don't even realize it happens till it's too little too late. Sabrina Menepace saying go Kevin, and Andon Thompson saying go Dustin Stoneacre and Stephen Henning. A lot of love down there for the crews and for the boys. Down across the edges here, down on the track right now, everyone crossing their T's, dotting their I's, and trying to watch out for anything that involves too much chaos and madness to follow. Joe Nuttleman now swinging it in the middle, shoots the gap, looking for a run. Every driver now looking for a charge. You can just see, too, look at how much travel those trucks are going through on those bumps, on the springs, the shock waves coming off those corners. They're getting hang time just by exiting off and entering off those turns. That's how much those things are taking for abuse and a beating right now. And believe me, it doesn't feel good. It hurts. So imagine trying to do 40 laps of this, much less trying to do 10. It's extremely, extremely challenging, and only the best and the toughest can withstand and take that pressure that the G-forces and the feeling takes on these trucks. Onboard camera here with Joe Nuttleman right now. Currently he is right up into the half, right up into the spotlight. You can see he gets a little bit wobbly, a little dicey entering off. Oh, huge wreck off turn 3 yet again. Huge wreck ensuing. We got drivers all over the place here on turn number 4. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. That was a violent wreck here. And I'm glad everyone is okay. They're all talking to their crew members. We're getting word, but that was a violent wreck. Oh my goodness. Everybody just completely shattered around the track there. I can't tell which one was the one that kind of started this, kind of was a culprit. I'm presuming it might have been Kevin Baker here. Looks like that's going to be the case here. Let's take a look at it. You can see the camera just completely shot off on his end there. He had nowhere to go. Well, Kevin Baker definitely started it, but I'd say Joe Nuttleman definitely forced it upon himself. So Nuttleman, due to that little hiccup there entering in the turn, is what caused the big wreck to happen, unfortunately, and that is where we're going to have to slow down and pause once again and give these drivers some time to breathe and kind of kick themselves around. Wow. That's just kind of the chaotic background of it, folks. Again, here when you're on this track, and again, I've raced it hundreds of times before. I've raced these super speedways. I know how dangerous they can be, but the track like this, man, you got to remember these guys are probably not used to those G4s, and they're probably not used to really realizing how difficult this place actually is. You think it's honestly easy. You think it's, let's just go out there and try to run it down on the ground, you know, and it'll be fine. Like normal Talladega or Daytona, you can just hold the line. And I think Nuttleman, Baker, Hoffert, and even some guys that have been around here a little bit before here know how to run this place and run tracks like this are starting to get a bit of a wake-up call and reminder that this is not the same Superspeedway that is like a Talladega or Daytona. This place is going to eat and tear you up if you dare try to play out of its game. You've got to be careful about going to that bomb, and you've got to be careful about how straight line that thing will shoot you down. And these guys, in my opinion right now, are not getting the full comprehension on that. So I'm hoping that they can understand it a little bit later on, because this is getting very dangerous. They've only got 2 fast repairs. I guarantee you most of them have already used up most of it already. A lot of drivers just had to pace themselves around just to get into pit road. 11 are on the lead lap. Anna Thompson saying the faster you go, the sketchier it gets. Yeah, absolutely. That's very true. Nathan Cox saying, come on, old Kev. Good to have you all on board. And race fans, if this is your first time here on PTM Racing TV, then be sure to hit that like button and follow us up here on Facebook. If you missed the show and you maybe watch this on YouTube later, well, simply hit that subscribe button, because we always have all our races broadcasted either on Facebook or on YouTube. So there are some live calls we make there. Be sure to check them out, and we sure do appreciate the love and support you guys bring to the table. It will help us out and help out the channel further as we go. Thank you so much, Phil, for tuning in to tonight's action of the iRacing Superspeedway 40, presented in part by Next Level Racing. Switches to 18 laps left to go here. Can the field somehow, some way find a half balance? I mean, at this point, we're kind of throwing these guys in like 87s at Talladega or Daytona. That's kind of how all over the place it gets here. And if you never ran an 87 at Talladega or Daytona, oh boy, that's actually a tree, and that's extremely difficult to master, I'll tell you that right now. You think these things are tough? No, you haven't seen none yet. The iRacing Superspeedway is about to set sail once again down to the green flag restart zone. Bring it back on out, bring it back down on the track. We're back underway. And the roar of the trucks now coming through. Kenneth Crawford rooting on his boy in the Reynolds Team Rattlesnake in the chat for Robert Kahn. Kahn right now in 10th, trying to move up the chains. Guys going bottom, trying to go topside. If you go to that top side, it is a little easier to control the runoff, I'll say that much, but it's still very difficult, very tricky to hang on to these things. You got the actual simulation of a feel of a real race car versus the actual feel of what a track like this converts to. Yeah, it's a different story. That is for certain. Tom trying to get a run here on the outside, but I think he's also just trying to stay out of trouble using the side draft mechanisms that work well with these trucks in this series. Hoping for some brakes and hoping for a little bit of help here. Down across the plains here, off down the back straight on the front straightaway here, off the back ends of this, we see guys moving up through the chains. Jason Henry in the number 3 doing much of that, and then some here trying to make something work. For his number 3 Chevrolet Silverado, we go on board with him. Ryan Brennan in as well, in 15th. Looks like he's starting to back off a little bit. He's trying to watch these guys. It looks like some guys maybe backing off a little bit more, entering into those turns. Smart thinking there. Again, it's not hard to get the draft to pick up. The hard part is just staying out of the draft when you need to. 17 turns to 16 laps left to go here, and it's starting to be a bit of a dogfight scenario for these drivers. And if you're not this Superspeedway with wild, oh, just wait. Monday nights are going to be even more wild. Oh, trouble, trouble, trouble off of turn number 1. And Tyler Orrick, I believe, was the culprit behind this one. A huge, huge wreck off turn 1 and turn 2. Clips the 55 in the number 8. Gets a piece of them all. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Well, let's take a look at the replay. Well, they knew it wasn't going to be pretty. They knew this was going to get a bit wild there at the end. Unfortunately, it got maybe a little bit too wild. One more look at it. I think it's hard to really say from some angles here again, because like sometimes it looks like it could be the glitch graphic gremlins coming on the attack, and then there's other times it looked like it could be something else. Wow. By the way, we do know one thing. This track has completely tore up a lot of drivers and a lot of trucks. Well, coming back square one, and while the drivers figure out how to go from that, we'll return here as soon as these guys and gals get everything figured out and situated up. This race will have to conclude one way or another. Will end up going their way. Find out when we return. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you in part by our good friends over at Next Level Racing. Take racing to the next level. By the Butt Kicker Company. Best in performance for feeling on real tracks of the virtual world. The Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. By Hubka Real Estate Group. Looking for the perfect place to call home? Call up Chris Hubka and Hubka Real Estate Group to get yourself settled in today. by Ford Entertainment Group PC.net, matching your want with your wallet. They always work with the best PC at the right price. And Lightning Wraps, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wraps will always bring out the best designs in your library. And right now, currently, Field's getting squared up yet again here for another run of racing here. And I mentioned earlier about Mondays here. Pushing Limits Racing has confirmed and told me earlier that they plan to be going towards more of a more of a fun style, more of a going on the Superspeedway style ends here. So that will be a very interesting little get up, a little bit unique, I will say. But what that represents for long term wise, I could not be telling you, man. I really don't know, because a lot of these drivers, they love these Superspeedways and they love that kind of racing. But what happens when you throw them on a bunch of other super speedways like this one and Talladega, Daytona, and them? I don't know. I think we're just going to have to find out. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty chaotic and a lot of fun to watch. So you'll just have to stay tuned with us here at PTM Racing TV. Keep up with all the action. See what happens when it goes down. Either way, we are still just in the process of starting this one out. On the front straightaway here, though, Mike Rideout, Chantel Pottle, your first two runners. The front two runners right now looking to try and stabilize in, trying to get things cleared up. Will the chaos continue on, or will these drivers find some sanctuary? That remains to be unknown. But again, coming up after this at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern Time, it will be the Dash for Cash iRock Series, bringing it back out. It will be an interesting fight and an interesting battle, to say the least, on who will be the top dog there. Field bringing it back around town here with only 12 laps to go, and those 12 laps don't exactly just come and go that easily. They can either last, or you can make them live, or you can live them out as quick as you want them to. It all depends on the drivers, and all depends on their circumstances here. We're down to only 10 drivers on the lead lap, though. Chaos and madness about surely to ensue. On the green flag restart, we're back on our way. Off the clutches here. Watch out for Cody McRae now, the number 28 driver. Coming through the ranks, starting to push some speed up. Got some sheer roundabout action here, coming through the corners, firing up on all cylinders here, looking for some openings, looking for some positions to strike with. In the back straight away here, Robert Kahn, the reigning champion, right now looking to come back from his earlier mishaps and earlier issues, drafting off the 5, Chantel Pottle, trying to help him and her out a little bit, while the 3, Jason Henry, tries to help himself and those two by gaining all of the traction in the foot billing here. Not much room down there for Metapace, though. Mike Rideout, be careful down there. Remember that opening down the bottom. That apron will come at you quicker than you know, and you don't know what Metapace will do. They'll come around, and Metapace had to back down. Rideout had to back down too. Chantel Pottle striking it big, takes the race lead. And remember what I said earlier on, if you run it in the middle of the outside groove, there is a little bit of a smoother gap off the zone that helps actually you kind of blend the truck in a little bit better. It may lose you a little bit of speed, a little bit of distance, but in the long run, I'd say it's worth it. And you can just see why this is so chaotic for these high bank tracks. You can see they're just moving around like wild dogs out there, just not even able to hold down. Look like kids in a candy store just jumping around all over the place trying to find the next piece of candy for themselves. right on the nose. Every single one of these drivers, my friends, are just not gonna give out now. They have nothing left to lose except just really that big win, that big ticket, the first points day here for these guys and gals. Those that are on the lead lap know they have got to stay focused and stay centered up here. With 10 laps remaining, it'll be about 9 to go. Con and Pottle, they have been known to throw down on the on those long tracks before. They've been known to throw down on the biggest and the baddest of them all. I'm not surprised that I see those two battle it out again here. Remember the last time we were in this scenario, it really boiled down to those two kind of drafting off one another and getting some speed going. But we also know that Rideout and Henry are extremely good at drafting with each other as well. So if you ask me, it really could go either way between these guys. But I would say Rideout and Henry, in my opinion, have the best angle, the optical line to use on the 21 and the 5 if they wish to. On board here with David Colton right now. As you can see, he's trying to help out some guys on the outside, trying to find some speed, trying to find some lines and some rhythm here. Looking for an opening, looking for some help with Metapace as well as Cody McRae. Eight remain. McRae now, he's still searching for his first win ever here on PTM Racing TV. He'd love to change that today, and the truck that's been made, really honestly, in PTM Racing TV, has been kind of being made famous, kind of being made as a tribute and a caveat for many folks out there. Peak performances, peak runs here by everybody. They're still trying to find anything they can, trying to find any other angle they can shoot up with just to take full advantage of. Down to a mere 7 laps to go. And it looks like this one might start cleaning up a little bit. Again, a lot of the drivers that were getting a little too wild and frenetic earlier on might have learned to calm down just a slight bit, if you will. One of them that doesn't seem to want to calm down, though, they always has now returned on the show here, is that 07. That's Cindy Taylor as she drives the SpaceX 07 on the track today. Little bobble there for Corey Reed right now on the number 27 here. Reed is a lap down, nearly gets up there with Metapace there. Kevin was able to hold his line down, stay out of trouble, but it almost got clipped in and then almost took a little hit there from Matthew Hoffer in the 84. Offered a lap down again, though, after all the problems, all the struggles he suffered through. Gotta believe he's not too thrilled about that or really too happy about that scenario, but that's kind of one of those ordeals you can't really escape, you can't really get out from. Speed starting to increase here, race fans. If you want to know how fast they're going right now, I'll give you a rough idea. They're going up top speeds of 233 miles per hour. And usually these trucks can barely hit 170, 180, sometimes 190 on those other tracks like a mile and a half. That is absolutely flying. And by the way, the fastest time ever set in an actual Cup car was literally with a 212 mile per hour distance at Talladega. So imagine if Bill Elliott had his equipment and put it over here. I don't think we would I don't think even Formula One would even dare going those speeds, or IndyCar for that matter. Looks like there's some movement coming up to the back end. Looks like Metapace is going to get some help from Cody McRae. And McRae and the 99 as well, David Colton, trying to help each other a little bit. Getting off the apron. Some drivers getting a little bit too close for comfort, a little too hard on the nose. They've got to be careful down there with only 4 laps left. Drivers are starting to get a bit antsy, and that gets a little nerve-wracking. They got to watch it. Getting a little bit worked up, ready to finish this one out. Right now, Con and Pottle trying to hold back as the whole field is out for their heads. They're out for the win. Chantel hasn't been to victory lane in quite some time. Could that change today? Cody McRae, Kevin Metapace also in that fight, in that fray. Cindy Taylor coming off on the pit road trying to get into the lead traffic. She is trying to grab the grip of the traffic lights there. Could get some speed going. Look out for Cody McRae, though, on the outside. Here comes that 28. And the Mad for 28 now has got a chance. Can he do it? Can he get his first win here on PTM Racing TV? If he's gonna do it, this is probably much the perfect track for him to start it on, though. But they're gonna go 3 wide, slowing down that front end with 3 to go. Menape swinging it right in the middle. Culleton getting it just ahead of McRae, where McRae had to back down. Chantel drives it slightly up to engage with the apron. She's timed it perfectly to get the truck to take a set and enter off perfectly. That's how you run it here at iRacing Superspeedway. Anybody's guess, anybody's ideals on who will take this one home. It's a little bit of luck, but it's a bit of the hard draw. When you know how to run this track and you know how to race it, that's what it's all about. That's when things get good, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Final laps, here we go. We only have 2 laps remaining. Straight to the line right now. Green is up in the air. White flag next time by. Benepace on the outside, trying to get some help there from Tyler Work now entering into the fray. Con and Bottle going a little bit up on the apron. They're trying to set the turn up, but in turn it's also affecting the speed Menapace and all of them are facing. And now Menapace falling back again. Lost time there. If they can get to the white flag, this will be anybody's guess who takes this one home. They've got to get around the back straightaway, though, and then get to the front. Remember that finish line is pretty much right in the halfway point of that front end. The front edge of the track here is starting to get a little bit dicey. Every driver for themselves. Here we go now. Down the final legs. To the white flag this time on by. White flag in the air. Matthew Hofford is driving it deep up topside. He was trying to find some momentum, trying to find some area. Your white flag is presented in part by Lightning Wraps today. Coming off the edges here down turn number 2. The 5 has the lead. Can the 5 do it and bring this one home? There's problems down the back end. Kevin Menapace and all of them have wrecked. They've wrecked out on the turn 2. The 5 is Chantel Bell trying to come right to the line here. It's got pushed and then shoving to deal with here. Can she hold out? One more turn is all it takes. Then it's the front straightaway she's going to have to worry about. Straight to the line. She's been in this spot before. Con to the top side yet again. Going for the line. Going for the end. And it's going to be Jason Henry pulling it to the line on the bottom end. Takes this one home. And what? Oh my. Don't tell me that one finished where I think it finished. Don't tell me that was another 10,000th of a second finish to the line. Chase Henry hasn't been to victory lane in quite some time, but it's will come today. He is your iRacing Superspeedway 40 race winner. Unbelievable. The first half was a little dicey, but the second half, oh my friends, did it get good. We will take a look at the results in just a brief moment, but Jason Henry, soak this one in, buddy. You've earned this one. It's been a long, long time coming, to say the least, for this number 3 team. Henry has not been to victory lane in, I believe, 2.5 seasons. His last win coming quite some time ago. It would have been in the Cups division, but this time he was able to hold out and straggle the win and a huge victory for him and his team. What a race. What a finish here right to the line here. I didn't even realize where Henry was at. I couldn't even see him from our camera angle there, our point of view. But boy, did he give it everything she had and then some to the line. Chantel Bottle doing much the same, and it's not a 10,000th of a second finish, but look at the time. 3,000ths of a second to the line. The 3 beats out Chantel Bottle by 3,000ths. Con will go 3rd. 4th to Ryan Brennan. 5th to Mike Rideout. 6th to Dave Colton. 7th to Kevin Menapace. 8th to Cody McRae. 9th to Sydney Taylor. 10th to Dustin Stoneacre. What a wild, wild race. That's just the first one of the season, by the way, folks. And we're already off to this start. I think we're in for a show. All right, we're going to go ahead and chat now with the drivers here. Let's listen in with them here. Joining me now, ladies and gentlemen, is your third place finisher here today. Coming up off a great clutch finish here, Robert Kahn. Congratulations on this one. And you are the defending champion for a reason. And what a way to kind of come off with this one here, my friend.
Yeah, that was a fun race. We coming down the line, I thought it would just be me and Paddle side by side going to the line, but they all caught up. So, but that was it's a good race, fun race, real fast.
Real fast, real hectic. I mean, how did the G4s not keep you guys from literally going all over the place there?
It's like you got to think like 3 or 4 steps in advance before you even begin to like try to plan anything. It's real weird.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, you still had a bit of a showmanship and a little bit of a fight off here late in the run. So, nevertheless, though, we'll go ahead and let you finish out with this third place finish. Who do you want to thank here?
Everybody's involved with the league, and appreciate you. That's about it. I appreciate you guys.
For sure there. All right, Con, congratulations on the third place finisher, sir, and we'll see you next time out here.
Thanks, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Kahn coming away today here with the third place finish here today. Now joining me in is going to be your second place finisher today, and Chantel the Throttle Bottle. And Chantel, congratulations on that second place finish. You definitely lived up to the nickname, the Throttle Bottle, but Henry today just somehow, some way eked you by 0.003 of a second.
Yeah, that was crazy. Really close. I think if I didn't have to go up so much in NipCon, I may have got away with it. I don't know, but he had a run, so I was trying to block him.
Trying to block him, trying to get that last bit, but again, we always forget here at Superspeedway that every angle, every spot, every area can count and make the biggest difference, and it did tonight, didn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So with that in mind, though, obviously this is just the first race this season, but for you and your crew, I mean, how much confidence does this kind of boost you guys up for the next leg of the race of the seasons?
It really depends. We got some good tracks that we're good at, and we got some bad tracks we're bad at. So I guess we'll just have to see how the next few races go.
And the next few races will certainly be interesting to see. Kansas and Atlanta on the lineup next, but nevertheless, Chantel, as you come away here second at iRacing Superspeedway, who do you want to thank for that?
Everyone at PTM Racing TV and all of our sponsors that come with us every year or every season. Only for them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Absolutely. Well, nevertheless, Chantel, congratulations on this race win, and we'll see you next time out at Kansas.
Thanks.
The 5, Chantel Paddle, coming away here today with a second place finish, only behind this man in the number 3. He hasn't been here in a while, but he's back, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Henry, the number 3 by 0.003 of a second. I have got a feeling you are pretty ramped up right now, my friend. Henry, you got a copy down there, buddy? Looks like some mic troubles on his end here, folks. We'll give him a second. That's one of the things about live television here, guys. You never know when the mics might get a little bit all over the place or something wrong, something bad or wrong goes happen on their end, and you just can't control that stuff. Believe me. All right, Henry, I don't think we're going to get a copy here, but we're trying to get a word of you, but I don't think we're getting anything here. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything here, unfortunately. I think Henry's mic might be a little muted out, so we'll have to kind of call this one good, unfortunately. I was hopefully we can get an interview with him sometime soon in the future, but nevertheless, race fans, I guess that will conclude tonight's action here for the pedal in the middle side of things. We got one more Superspeedway coming up. And believe me, Dash for Cash, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get wild. But race fans, the iRacing Superspeedway 40 couldn't have been brought to you without the help of our friends at Next Level Racing, by the Butt Kicker Company, Hubka Real Estate Group, Ford Entertainment Group, and Lightning Wraps as well. A big thank you to everybody that supports us and shows some love to the show. Race fans, without you guys as well, where the heck would we be? We'd be nowhere. We'd just be all over the place. So from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, a very big thank you to you for joining in and coming on board with us. We hope to see you guys soon, as the green flag will fly here soon enough on PTM Racing TV.